My friends up here on stage, when you feel me touch you on your shoulder, it's going to provoke in you a memory from when you were a child. And when you were a child and you used to giggle. Now think about this. Maybe you didn't want to get caught when you were giggling, right? Take a long, slow, deep breath in and just relax. Just drift deeper, let it happen. And maybe you were in church and you didn't want to get caught. Maybe you were in school and you didn't want to get caught. But the instant you feel me touch you on the shoulder, you're going to find this uncontrollable desire to giggle. And the more you giggle, the better you're going to feel. And the better you feel, the more you're going to want to giggle. Yes, allow yourself to experience and release. Yes, and let it happen. And when you feel me touch you on the shoulder a second time, it's going to be twice as fun. You're going to hear me count 1, 2, 3, and snap, and then it's going to be 5 times funnier. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Yes, release it, relax. Yeah, go ahead. Really enjoy the laughter. What are you seeing in your mind? What are you enjoying right now? What are you experiencing? And the more you laugh, the better it feels. And it's going to get funnier and funnier and funnier. And sleep all the way down. Deeper and deeper. Good. Now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Trained actors work to emulate this type of emotion, but they can't evoke it as quickly as, for instance, when you feel me touch you on the shoulder, you're going to find yourself compelled to laugh again. And sleep. And sleep. And sleep. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. My friends up here, your eyes are closed, but sit back in your chair, eyes closed. Sit back in your chair, eyes closed. You're doing wonderfully. So we've tried our first sensation, this sense of humor. Okay, so we tried a sense of humor. Let's try another sensation. I think probably the strongest of the senses, the 5 common senses that we experience, is the sense of smell. Why? Because it evokes memories. We can walk past a bakery, for instance, and get reminded of a scent from 50 years ago. My friends, when I count to 3 and snap my fingers, you are going to remember a favorite scent or aroma from your past. The type of thing that puts a real smile on your face. You're going to remember every detail about where you smelled it, what created it. For some people, it's flowers. For others, it's cookies. For me, it's the smell of a cigar. Every time I smell a cigar, it reminds me of my father and my grandfather. And it brings me immediately back to those times that I spent with them. But your sense could be anything. It could be flowers, it could be cookies, it could be anything. But when I and I alone count to 3 and snap my fingers, you are going to be convinced that you can imagine that you can smell that right now. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath in. I really want you to experience that. And when I snap my fingers and count to 3 again, it is going to be twice as powerful a scent. 1, 2, 3. Really get a noseful of that and bring yourself back to where it was that you were and what that sensation is. When I touch you on the shoulder, I'm going to be curious. I'm going to ask you what scent you are remembering. What scent are you imagining?
Apple pie.
Apple pie. Excellent. What scent are you imagining?
Roses.
Roses. What scent are you imagining?
My grandmother's cigarettes.
Right? What scent are you imagining?
My grandparents' house.
Right? There are certain things that we just, even though we can't put a name to it, we have a location, right? Or a time frame. What scent are you remembering?
My father's cigar.
Right? What scent are you remembering?
Pizza pie.
Right? When I snap my fingers and count to 3, it's going to be twice as aromatic. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that feels good. That brings you back. Here's the fun part. When I snap my fingers and count to 3 again, you are going to be convinced that you can smell that scent on the hair of the person next to you. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's in the hair. For some reason, yeah, go ahead, turn your head, and you can smell that hair, and you're going to see that that scent is authentically coming. You're imagining that you can smell that scent from that hair. Yes, and when I snap my fingers, it's going to be twice as powerful. 1, 2, 3. Really enjoy that, yes. Wait a second. When I snap my fingers and count to 3 this time, the scent is actually coming from the person on the other side of you. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's even more powerful. More powerful. You can smell it. Yes, and it's going to be twice as powerful with this step. 1, 2, 3. Oh, how wonderful is that smell? Wait a second. When I snap my fingers, and only when I snap my fingers, that is not going to be your favorite scent. That is going to be the worst, most repulsive scent. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's terrible. Wait, it's going to get worse. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, yes, don't worry. No, you won't get sick. You won't get sick. But that's going to be 10 times worse. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. When I count to 3, you're going to realize, don't worry, you won't get sick, but you're going to realize that scent, that smell is coming from you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's awful. What is that all about? That's terrible. Oh, twice as bad. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper. Give them a round of applause. Try a sense of touch, but in this regard, let's talk about temperature. When we walked in here, we had a few people, and then more bodies came in, and more bodies came in. The air conditioning did not keep up with the number of people who were in here. So only when I count to 3, and snap my fingers, you're going to find that it's like 105 degrees in here. And you know what that would feel like, right? You know how you would feel greasy under your glasses, how your hair would feel against your neck, how the leather of your wristband would feel against your wrist. It's going to feel like it's 105 degrees. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it is so hot. Yes, fan yourself. No, stay close. Stay close, stay close. But it is hot. And it's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Yes, yes. Cool yourself off. Yeah, fan yourself. Oh my God, it's just unreasonable how hot it is over here. Oh my God. Yes, I don't blame you. Yes, you need to cool off. There hasn't done anything with the air conditioner. It's just too hot. Oh my goodness. Wait, hotter still on the count of 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's hotter still. Oh my goodness. That is just too. Oh my goodness. It's too hot. Here we go. There's for Facebook. Okay, let's do this. When I alone count to 3 and snap my fingers, you're going to feel they turn the air conditioner on and it's too chilly. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's cold. It's frisky here. It's very, very cold. Yes, very cold. I know. You might want to huddle up next to somebody to get some body warmth over here, right? Don't be afraid. Huddle up next to somebody. It's too cold. It's going to get colder and colder and colder. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's better cold. Yes. Oh. And colder still. And sleep all the way down. Melt into the chair. Melt into the chair. Give them applause, ladies and gentlemen. Not cold anymore. Not cold anymore. We're back to regular, comfortable temperature. Released and relaxed. Lean back in your chair, eyes closed. My friends, I'm going to stand in front of you and I'm going to count to 3. When I do, you are going to be convinced that you have not been hypnotized, that you cannot be hypnotized, and that all we have done are some deep breathing exercises, but the show has not started yet. Please nod if you understand. When I count to 3 and snap my fingers, you are going to be convinced that the show has not started. You have no recollection of anything that we have done up to this point, and you will be convinced that you cannot be hypnotized.
So what?
Okay? But when you hear me and me alone say the word hypnosis, when you hear me and me alone say the word hypnosis, your chair is going to feel electrified. And it's going to give you a little jolt, and you won't be able to stay seated in that. The harder you try to stay seated in that chair, the more impossible it's going to be for you to stay seated. So you will be convinced that you have not been hypnotized, that we've done a few deep breathing exercises, but when you hear me and me alone say the word hypnosis, you are going to feel that your chair all of a sudden is giving you a little shot of electricity and you cannot stay seated. Please nod if you understand me. You will have no recollection of having received this suggestion, but we're going to bring you up on the count of 1, 2, 3. Eyes open. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Excellent. How do you feel? Do you feel relaxed? You feel okay? Do you feel hypnotized in any way?
No.
You don't, right? How do you feel?
No.
What is your first name?
Christine.
Christine. You don't feel hypnotized at all, right? Is it fair to say that you feel relaxed, though? Is that a fair comment?
Yeah.
And of course, there's a little newness to sitting up in front of people, and I get that, but we're going to try and get even more and more relaxed. What's your first name, sir?
Barry.
Barry? And Barry, do you feel relaxed?
Yes.
Good. You don't feel hypnotized in any way, right?
I didn't think it was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Well, we're going to try in a few minutes. How do you feel?
Very relaxed.
Very relaxed, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you feel?
Relaxed.
You feel relaxed, right? Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. That's good, because in a moment, if you're willing, you're going to see what it's like to experience hypnosis. Now, hypnosis affects us in different... I'm sorry? I beg your pardon? Oh, I'm sorry. Kara, we should really get that fixed. I don't know if there's some issue over here. You're feeling okay, though, right? You don't feel hypnotized?
No.
No, good. Okay, good. Because in a minute, I want to make sure you feel comfortable enough to experience hypnosis. And when you feel hypnosis, anything can happen. Right? Oh, we have a visitor over here. He's not part of the... Kara, you okay over here? Oh, you are?
No, it just sprang up or something.
But, oh, you know what? Would you mind terribly switching seats with her? Because she didn't feel anything immediately.
Yeah.
Would you mind switching seats with him, please? You can stay right there, darling. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm just going to put you right over there.
That's shocking.
It's, no, you know what? I think we fixed that over there, right? But believe me, okay, everybody's going to be fine when you finally experience hypnosis. All of a sudden... You too?
You just gave it right.
Did it?
Yeah, just right up. And
I thought, thank you. We'll get that. We're going to have to get that looked at, right? Because we want to make sure people are safe over here, right? This is perfect. Eyes on my fingers over here. Eyes on my fingers. Nowhere else. Just watch my fingers. No matter where they go, watch my fingers, right? And sleep all the way down. Excellent.
Bring him right
Hold on. Here's what we're going to try. Only the person I'm touching now, when you see me and me alone, take out a red handkerchief. When you see me and me alone, take out a red handkerchief, you're going to fist pump the air, and at the top of your lungs, you are going to say, Yahoo! When you see me and me alone, take out a red handkerchief, you're going to fist pump the air, and you're going to say, Yahoo! At the top of your lungs. You won't know why you did it, you'll feel compelled to do it, even if you tried to stop. You won't be able to stop yourself. Please nod if you understand. Excellent. Okay. Only the person I'm touching now, I am touching now, you are going to have no recollection of your own name. The harder you try, the more impossible it will be for you to retrieve your name. Even if you saw it on a license, even if somebody told it to you, if you tried to say it, you would get tongue-tied, but you'll have no recollection. We've experienced this before, right? We've seen people come in through a doorway. We know we recognize their face, but we can't recall their name. Your name is going to be gone, no matter how hard you try. In fact, the harder you try, the more impossible it will be to retrieve your own name. Please nod if you understand. Excellent. The person I'm touching now, only the person I am touching now, for you, the number 6 no longer exists. The number 6 does not exist. When you count from 5 right up to 7. It's natural. That will not disturb you. That's the way it's always been. But the number 6 simply cannot exist, nor does it exist. Please nod if you understand. You will have no recollection of my having given you any suggestion. You will have no recollection of being under hypnosis. You will not get shocked by the chair anymore. That is gone. But you will react immediately to the suggestion that I have given you independently, like it is your instant reality. Please nod if you understand me. Good. We're going to bring everybody up on the count of 1, 2, 3. Eyes open. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. One more time. Deep breath in. Find your spot. Exhale all the way. We are fortunate to also deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Oh, careful, good. You got one if you can get that over there. Now, here's the thing. It does tend to get a little bit warm in here. I have to... Yahoo! But... Yahoo! Because things are out of my control, right? And I think... Let's get to meet a couple of people over here. We've had the pleasure of meeting in the past, but this is a chance for me to remind myself. What is your first name?
Joyce.
Joyce. Joyce, would you be kind enough to stand up with me over here and accept the round of applause that everybody's going to give you over here? Thank you, Joyce. Joyce, one of the things that we like about an event like this, where we come out, we get to see some people we know, some people we don't, and one of the things I think we get to experience is that by the end of the evening, we see that we probably have more similarities than differences from other people. Is that a fair comment? Right? One of the things that I know is you're very social. I tend to be very social. We both wear glasses, right? We have 2 ears, 10 fingers, right? Will you hold your hands up just like this? Nice and loud. I just want you to count. This is beautiful. Is this the acrylic or is that that's beautiful? My daughter does the gel. And you just, nice and loud, you're just going to count the fingers as we touch them here.
1,
Loud.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Is that a Grateful Dead
Was
song?
that, we're going to try that again. We'll try that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9.
The 11.
Did you come in with 11?
I don't think so.
Do me a favor. Grab the mic. Would you count mine? Touch each one nice and loud. Nice and loud. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You are the same.
Apparently, we have a lot more in common than that girl. Give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Would you kind of stand for me? Hi, and how long have you been a member of the community here?
I just visit.
Oh, you just visited. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Mark. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, and your name is? Let me ask you this. Where do you live?
Jersey City.
Jersey City. So that's about an hour and a half to get here, right?
Right.
Are you staying overnight or are you driving back tonight?
Staying over
Oh, that's very nice. And who are you going to be staying with over here?
there. My friends Barry and Terry.
Oh, Barry's a lot of fun. Isn't Barry's a lot of fun? And I'm sorry, you told me it, but I didn't hear. Your first name is?
I don't know.
We'll figure that out. We'll let you take a seat over here. We'll let you take a seat over here. I'm telling you, I apologize. I know. Just how much now, I'm very fortunate. We were able to keep a lot of people here. Just if you don't mind, can you just count off the number by? I want to make sure I have the right number of people over here. Can you just do it? 1, 2. Can you just go ahead?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, good. All right, so we have the right number of people over here. That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Thank you. Watch this. Slow motion, in slow motion. I'm just going to tap you on the shoulder, and when I do, you're going to find it irresistible. You're just going to drift right off to sleep, and you're going to drift off to the left there. The minute you touch her, you're going to fall off to sleep, and so on, and so on, and so on. Just like this. These guys are good, right? A lot of them remembering their imagination. This is great. Okay, let's do just the person I'm touching now. Just the person I'm touching now. When I bring you up on the count of 3, all of us are going to open our eyes, and I'm going to ask you to stand, but you're going to find yourself magnetized to the chair. The harder you try to get out of the chair, the more impossible it's going to be to get out of that chair. The harder you try, the more impossible. It's like you're magnetized. It's like you're super glued to the chair. You cannot get out. The harder you try, the more impossible. Please nod if you understand. Excellent. All the other suggestions still are with you, okay? But I'm going to bring you up. You'll have no recollection of being hypnotized. You will have no recollection of my giving you this suggestion. In fact, you will think the show has not started yet. You will be convinced that you are not hypnotized. But when I ask you guys to stand up, you will be locked to that chair. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open. Exhale all the way out. Eyes open. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open. Good. Now, in a moment, one of the things that will happen is you'll find that we're going to sit here, we're going to be taking a couple of suggestions, and so what I'd like to do before we do that is to kind of limber up a little bit. Can I get you guys just to stand? You're going to want to kind of get the legs pumping a little bit. Just stand right up if you don't mind. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get, yeah, just stand right up. Just stand, if you don't mind, just stand all the way up here. And we're going to try a little, Are you, is there a challenge with that chair?
The chair's too heavy.
You know, oh, you know, probably, you know what? Sometimes one of the things over there, yeah, yeah. No, good, you got it. It's easier to sit down that way? All right, you know what, it's Barry, right? Yes. Barry, you know what, can I entice him to stand up? And I don't think you're being a difficult try. I'll tell you what, I got $5 here for you if you can just stand up. This is for you, sir. Go ahead, just get right up. Stand up. Just.
Can I?
All right, okay, not enough. I get it. All right. I got a 20 here, sir.
Oh.
That's good. Just stand right up.
I got a heavyweight chair here.
Just no, you're fine. Let me offer. Can I offer you? Just stand right up and. No. Do me a favor, guys. Take a seat. Take a seat if you don't mind. And sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper, all the way deeper and deeper. Excellent. Only the people I'm touching now. Only the people I'm touching now. When we bring you up, you know how sometimes you look at somebody and you can't help but you assess them, you grade them. You might give them a scale of 1 to 10, right? You say, well, that person's a 9, that person is a 10, right? Only the people I'm touching now. When you look at me, I'm going to be a 30. Okay, when you look at me, only the people I'm touching now, I'm going to be a 30. I'm going to be the type of person you really want to get to know. Okay? Okay? Now, the people I'm touching now, when you see the attention that I am getting from the others, you're going to be a little upset. And while you will never act out, you will not be shy about letting them know, wait a second, this guy is just here, one night. I'm here all the time. Okay, and you will not be afraid to let everybody know that you do not appreciate their attention to me. Okay, you will not act out, but the instant I shake your hand, you and I are going to be best friends. Please nod if you understand me. Everybody, please nod if you understand me. Okay, so if I'm touching you now, if I'm touching you right now, you are going to see me as a 30, the type of person you really want to get to know. Okay, and if I'm touching you now, you're going to get very upset at the attention I get, and while you will never act out, you will have no problem letting the room know how disappointed you are, and you will stay that upset until we shake hands, and we're going to be best friends. Everybody nod. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. You will have no recollection of my giving you this suggestion, but you will act on it like it is your immediate reality. You will have no recollection of ever being hypnotized or being induced to know. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Eyes open. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Now, I have to tell you that I do appreciate being invited back, and it is a delight for me. I never know who's going to volunteer and come up, and I always want to thank you. Thank you so much for coming up.
You're welcome.
Did you know that you were going to come up this evening?
I thought maybe.
So you had already kind of predetermined in your mind that that might be the type of thing that you would want to try, and I'm so glad you did. How about you? Did you know you were going to come up this evening?
No, not at all.
Are you glad that you came up?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And if we were to do this again, would this be the type of thing that you might want to try again? I'm so glad. How are you? All right. I'm just kind of getting to know everybody. I'm going to come down the line here. How are you?
Okay.
You tell me, is it Christina? I remember Christina. Hi, how are you? It's an absolute delight. Christina, is this the type of thing that you would want to come out and do again?
Maybe.
Maybe, good. And that's all that I can ask, right? Is that we try and experience something like that? And I'm sorry, if you told me your first name, I forgot. Pam, are you having a good time, dear?
Yes.
I got to say, you look like you're having a good time. And I was just wondering, do you think this might be the type of thing that you would want to try again?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful, how wonderful. Are you guys having a good
No.
I beg your pardon. I want to make sure everybody's having a good time. What seems to be the issue?
You're talking to them.
Well, it's my way of kind
They're
of.
talking about. No, they don't want to talk to me.
Well, I'm trying to get to know everybody, right? And
I don't know.
well, I'm attempting, I only have so many minutes to be here. But I do want to tell you, you were one of the first people who came in, and you greeted me when I first came in, and I just want to say thank you so much. Because you're an absolute delight.
Oh, thank you.
And
So are you.
I appreciate that.
But don't go too far.
No, I'm right here.
No, but you're friendly with him.
Well, I'm
Talk to everybody and talk to me.
I'm gonna get to, what do you do for a living, sir? Well, all right, I'll tell you what, no, okay, witness protection, I get that, no, I understand that. But, no, that's all right, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for volunteering, and I think that this is the type of thing that you're gonna talk about for a long time, what do you think?
Yeah.
You know, good. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, is it just me, or is it hot? Look right at me, look right at me, and sleep all the way down. Sit back in the chair, eyes closed. Ladies and gentlemen, our time together has come to an end, so there are just a few things that I want to tell you before we bring the show to its conclusion. First of all, you will have no recollection of having participated in anything up here. You will think that I brought you up for a couple of deep breathing exercises, and when I try to excuse myself and say that the show is over, you are going to feel, well, I don't know, cheated. Because after all, you were promised a show, you took the chance to volunteer, and there is no show. And while you will never act out, you will have no problem letting people know how disappointed you are that there has been no show. And the more I try to tell you that there has been a show, or the more I try to convince you that you have had a good time, the more you are going to be convinced that nothing has happened. Please nod if you understand me. Good. Number two, every other suggestion that I have given you up to this point is now wiped out, okay? You will remember your name, you will remember the number 6, you will not react when you see the red handkerchief. Every other suggestion is gone. You will have no recollection of having received those suggestions or acting on them until the end of the night when I say, Homestead Run. When I and I alone say the words Homestead Run, you're going to have every memory of this show rush right back to you, getting stuck to the chair, or forgetting the number 6, or forgetting your name, or seeing me as a 30. I hate to wipe that one out, okay? Or laughing uncontrollably. You get all tonight, when you go back to wherever it is that you're going to be sleeping tonight, for the final time, when you put your head down, you're going to fall immediately to sleep. You're going to have the most restful night's sleep that you have had. And you're going to wake up tomorrow on time, renewed, revitalized, and feeling wonderful about having participated in this and about everything that you have to do tomorrow. So I'm going to bring you up on the count of 3. No recollection of the show at all until I and I alone say the words Homestead Run. You're going to be very disappointed that you have not experienced anything. You will not be afraid to demonstrate how upset you are, and while you will never act out, or curse, or spit, say these things, you will have no shyness about letting me know that you're very disappointed. You'll have no memory of the show, you'll sleep well tonight, and when I say Homestead Run, every memory of the show is going to come rushing back to you, but you're going to have no memory of it. I'm going to bring you up on the count of 5. 1, sit back in the chair and take a long, slow, deep breath in. 2, I want you to get ready to join us in the room. Situate your feet flat on the floor. 3, every other suggestion is wiped out. In fact, I'm going to give you just one last post-hypnotic suggestion.
That's a feel.
At the end, after I say Homestead Run and you remember everything about this show, when you hear me and me alone say my name, Mark, wherever you are in this room, you're going to fist pump the air, and you are going to say, he's the man, no matter where you are in the room. When you hear me and me alone say my name, Mark, wherever you are, you're going to fist pump the air, and you are going to say, he's the man. You will not be able to resist doing that. You won't know why you did it, but you cannot resist it. Please nod if you understand me. Good. I'm going to bring you up on the count of 1. Deep breath. 2, sit back in the chair. 3, you're going to get ready to join us here in the room. 4, I want you to feel your face refreshed like you've had cool mountain water splashing over it gently. And 5, open your eyes. Join me here now. Long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. How do you guys feel so far? Pretty good?
Yes.
You feel pretty relaxed?
Tired.
You feel a little tired? How about you, Barry?
Where's the show?
Well, here's the thing, and I have to apologize for this. We got started late, and I'm not blaming anybody, I understand that, but we had a lot of latecomers come, and by the time we set things up and we moved some chairs around, regrettably, I'm not going to have time to do a show tonight. But next time they bring me back, we'll put you on the short list.
What are we here for?
Well, no, well, the intention was to do a show, but given the time constraints, I can't. So, next time, we'll get you on the short list, you'll come up, and you'll be stars of the show. Is that okay?
Don't you think I'm silly sitting here like this and then you're gonna tell me there's no show?
No, well, I apologize. I had every intention of doing the show, you understand that?
Yeah, but I want to be the show. It was gonna be a lot of fun.
No, and I appreciate that, and I understand that, and everybody came out, look, you had a chance to have some snacks and drinks with everybody, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting up here and you feel relatively relaxed, right?
I feel pretty good, but what was the show? What's going on here?
Well, it's only a time constraint that keeps me, you look so disappointed, I'm so sorry, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. But the show is gonna be more show.
Well, and that was the intention, right? I have to admit, right, that was the intention, but you look very upset.
Because I don't know why I'm sitting here like this. This is stupid.
I have to apologize, I'm sorry, what's your first name?
Marianne.
Right, of course you do, right, Marianne. And Marianne, I apologize for that. Under different circumstances, we would do a great show, we would have a lot of fun, right? But I just, wow, you look great.
I'm okay.
You sure?
I don't think I'm coming back. You know, I feel like a silly goose here. I think we was gonna have just a big bust out. I mean, I'm just sitting here like this.
And I apologize, and especially when it's so hot in here that it feels like that, right? So I understand that, But how about, Kara, I don't know if we can arrange this. Can we, maybe next time we'll bring in comfort puppies. Can we do comfort puppies and you guys, comfort puppies?
Puppy.
I apologize. I have to say, and on some small level, I feel a little responsible.
I hope so. What do you think? What do you think? I'm a puppy dog?
Well, let me ask you, you guys feel, I mean, to the untrained eye, it looks like you guys, I don't know, feel cheated. Is that?
Really cheated. I came here to see something and I'm not seeing nothing.
Do me a favor, I just want to make sure I have, how many people do I have here? Can you just count them all for me if you don't mind? There's,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
so I got the right number of people here, so that's not a problem. You know, well, let me ask you this. Do you think there's any chance at all, and I'm looking at these disappointed faces, do you think there's any chance at all you guys will be able to give me a review that will allow me to come back to Homestead Run?
I just noticed something. I just looked at the clock.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
What's going on?
Not where it was when I sat up here.
As a matter of fact, if you start to think for a second, are some memories starting to come back? You're laughing, what do you remember?
I don't know.
What do you remember now, Barry?
The time is going, and I'm sitting here like a silly goose.
You have no recollection of the red handkerchief?
I don't.
Big card.
I don't read.
It's gonna come back to you about 5, 4, 3, 2. You remember getting stuck to the chair? You remember responding every time you saw the red handkerchief?
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing fine.
And you remember your name?
Yes.
You remember not remembering your name?
Yeah.
They'll show you the video, and you remember not being able to count?
6, I could not see 6.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, can we give them a round of applause, please? Can we give them a round of applause? They have supported you for more than an hour up here. More than you've been up here, more than an hour. Look at the clock. Okay, look at your watch, you're gonna see. I wanna thank you, I wanna thank Kara, I wanna thank all of you for coming out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark.
You're the man!
Can we give them a round of applause, please? One more round of applause. And again, my name is Mark. Let's put them back to their seats, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can head
My name is Teresa Samuels. You had my husband Barry Samuels and my best friend friend Mary Ann Walls up on your stage. It was phenomenal. It was great. My husband was hypnotized in Vegas, but you outdid him. You outdid a Vegas show. It was fantastic. Everybody here loved it, and you are terrific.
Hi, my name's Kara, and we just had an event here at Homestead Run. Mark was absolutely fantastic. I recommend him to any group of people. The people really loved him. Everybody had a fantastic time. Very professional, courteous, on time, and he just does a great job.